Alright, here it is. The big item so many people have been waiting to get. The ever elusive Haslab G.I.Joe Whitman. Of course, that's just the code name. We all know what this is. The H.I.S.S tank. And let's just skip any unnecessary rigmarole and just see what's inside. Actually kind of shocked by the size of this box. Was kind of worrying it would be as big as the Galactus Haslab from last year. Really glad to see that it's smaller. Now we got 8 plastic things that none of us are going to do anything with for protecting corners. But hey, it keeps the thing safe. There we go. There it is, all shrink wrapped with the light shining on it. So here we can see the box art clearly. Nice silhouetted red and black to match the theme of the tank. Has the Cobra hierarchy as the H.I.S.S troops walk along it. The upside down Cobra logo for that light. The tank. The tank. Says H.I.S.S as if you didn't. Well, actually, no, it doesn't say H.I.S.S, it just says Cobra, as if you didn't know what this was. And it's got schematics on the bottom, but I've never really cared about toy packaging. I care about what's inside. Let's see here. obviously the big one will have the tank itself inside. I have this, which should be the figures. Nothing in there. It's got the sticker sheet that I actually kind of forgot this thing was going to have. And here we go. We have the proper H.I.S.S driver using the art from the box. We have the fan-voted tactician with Ron Rudhat's autograph. That should be his autograph, right? I think so. Maybe I'm getting my names mixed up on classic G.I.Joe artists. And then the gunner, or the female driver, to call it by what it really is. Get that glare off of it. And the retro carded Cobra Commander, which I was actually going to probably leave this guy on card because I wasn't really buying it for him, but given how flimsy this card stock is, and mine, I don't know how well that's going to come across on the camera. Mine's kind of scuffed. Maybe I will just open him up. Just for the heck of it. After all, I do love a good CC. We'll focus on these guys later after we get the tank out. Wheel covers and canopies. What's this one? The turret. Let's see what's under this. Here we go. Here's the big thing itself. I need to clear out some room. Come on. Here we go. Look at this big thing. I didn't really think about how many wheels it was going to have, since this part on the H.I.S.S is traditionally covered. I only ever thought about the fact that there were 3 wheels, but I mean, if you're gonna make work in shreds, but you are gonna have to soup it up like a real tank. And that's a very cool detail. Let's see. This is the chin turret. So let's should go in right there. There we go. Plugged into the front of the thing. And you can kind of see here the Cobra symbol light. I don't have the type of batteries this thing is going to need, so can't really show off the electronics, but you know, was never really going to use them anyway, so why waste battery acid on it, huh? And this is, what's this? Last shield. These are the extra Gatling guns to put up on the turret. I don't remember what these little red things are. These, I think these are ammo drums for the turrets. Let's see. Here we go. Get that other one out. Oop. Slot this in. This I have no idea where this goes, but we'll figure that out. Let's just put on the main turret. It's okay. It's fine. It's got a little steering wheel too. Didn't know that was going to be included. That's pretty fun. There we go. Okay. Nice big heavy clicks. And I'm gonna put these to the side. These are the retro styled canopy and wheel covers. I'm not gonna bother with those. I'm gonna go with the more modernized ones for this modern toy. Sure, somebody's thinking it's not a toy, it's a collectible. Yeah, same thing, really. This in here. There we go. With the red lines for these escape hatches. And now the wheel covers. It has 3 prongs, so obviously that would be going into these free wheels right here. Nice tight fit. Now let's try the other side. Seems to roll fine with them. They're not popping off or anything. And then there's these missile pods. Oh. You can go into these caps underneath the treads. It's got this big tree and just remove all of these. I love how upset people seem to be at this feature when it was first announced. I don't get why. I think it's a nice addition, especially for people who are going to be buying multiples of these. You can have some variety in your class. So how does this work? Yeah, okay, these just flip up like gas tanks. And there we go. And I'll go grab the other one that fell on the floor. we go. A fully completed classified H.I.S. tank. Except for this piece that I have no clue where it goes. I don't have any memories of this. Maybe it goes inside. I mean, yeah, we can figure that out later. Okay, now that we have the H.I.S. set up, time to give it its operating crew, starting with, of course, the classic H.I.S. driver. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't think this box is taped. So, ringing in the knife might not be necessary. Just slide him out. And he's in one of these trays. I didn't even think about the fact that these were going to have the lockers that Classified was including during this era of plastic-free packaging that is now ending. Oh, be careful with it. The other ones did not open up like this. If this is for some reason your first indication of anything classified, I don't like this. This is feels very fragile. Apart from the fact that it is, of course, cardboard and it's automatically a very fragile substance. There's everything, right? Yes. It's got, what are these? Boxing glove hands? What? Look at that. He's got these if you want him to punch up some Joes, and then he's got his bayoneted rifle and a little itty-bitty pistol, just in case you want him doing anything other than driving. And here's the full guy, looking very beautiful in that bright red, very Crimson Guard-like. It's no wonder why in the Marvel comics, when the Crimson Guard first appeared, but they didn't know what the final design was going to be, they just used these guys. Never been a design I've given that much recognition to, but it is looking really, really good here. Now, since he's a driver, I'm going to put him where he belongs, in the driver's seat. Now, if we can look in here, we see we got this very fancy seat belt. It's actually just two pieces. I'm not going to be able to film this well. Just pop the bottom part. You just have this tab, and you can just get your driver in his sitting position. Just slot him in. Okay, actually try not to bend in the knees, I guess. There we go. Oh, and this little knob here It's actually ball jointed. That's fun. I think the lever on the other side is hinged as well. Let's try and buckle him up. We can do that, right? Right. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. And there we go. Yep, there we go. He's all ready to, he's all strapped in and ready to mow down some honest people, just like a true cobra would. And up next we have the Ron Rudat fan-voted concept color H.I.S.S Tactician with this nice gray and black with the red highlights. Admittedly, I voted for the purple one, but this one also looks really good. Standing. Yeah, he doesn't need to stand. All the exact same junk as the driver. Pure repaint. It's got the boxing glove, the rifle, the little pistol. Still, it's got it all the same. Except at least with him, you're kind of expecting him to be on the outside of the tank doing some battling. Ooh, it might be tricky getting this rifle in his hand, actually. Let's see. Come on, come on. There we go, there we go. Trigger. Yeah, he's kind of holding it. Put him over here for now. He's probably not going to stand at all. Okay, he can just be dead. And we can move on to the lovely looking H.I.S.S gunner, or the female H.I.S.S trooper, as I guess driver or whatever. I mean, it doesn't really make sense to have specific troops for a vehicle anyway, so she's whatever she is. It's got some nice detailing. She's got pockets on her back. And now that I'm looking at the tactician lying down, they all got pockets on their butts. And this nice scaly thing on her spine, that's an interesting detail. Yeah, she's basically the traditional H.I.S.S driver design we all know and love, just as a woman. Giving us more ladies in the Cobra line. Since she's the gunner, obviously we should put her up here. Can barely see her now. And as for what she comes with, she too has some little punchy gloves with this mitted thing on them. I really do not understand these. Why are they not just the same hands, just as fists? No, they're all boxers apparently. This gigantic rifle with this big barrel of bullets painted in. Really looking like something that could do some damage. She also has the exact same weapons as the driver. Same colors too. Am I even getting this in shot? Yeah, there's her pistol. And then for fun, she has a hammer. A very dreadnought looking hammer, actually. Mine's kind of warped a little bit. And then the weirdest one, a shovel. I mean, I get why she has this. I think this is a common thing for tank drivers and stuff. But it's all battle damaged with bullet holes and a bite mark? Who's biting shovels in the G.I.Joe world? Like what? Did Letterneck or somebody do this? I doubt it. Alright, just got in a bit closer here to just take a look at some of the other parts that I haven't really mentioned yet. Still cannot remember what this piece is. I don't remember it being talked about at all in any of the promotions Hasbro did for this thing. Really blanking on it. I'm sure I'll figure it out after I finish the video. And I got scrap iron here just to show off the ladders, since I hadn't really mentioned those yet. And the driver climbing out of those gull wing doors just to show them off. And I also brought in scrap iron's little drone just because it's like a little baby H.I.S. next to the Papa H.I.S. Although I don't think you can put... Oh, actually you can. You can arm up scrap iron's drone with the H.I.S.'s missiles if you wanted. Don't know why you would. And as you could see falling off the back, I had Shadow the Hedgehog here just because, I don't know, thought it'd be funny. Might as well show it next to a toy from another franchise. You can see I have the gunner properly holding the steering wheel. Actually, I don't know if the camera can show that she's holding the wheel for the turret, but she is. And then let's see if we can get the camera properly showing off the inside of the tank. Not much in here. I have the tactician in there, and it's got the weapons rack that I'm sure can probably hold all the accessories for these free, except for, of course, all the alternate hands. And it's got the little chair, and you can remove both of these to put more troops in there if you want. At least I think you can remove these. They're definitely on sliders, but I haven't really gotten them off. I don't really care to get them off either, but this is a thing it can do. Let's just take a proper look at it from the front. That ground turret. It's already got guns on it. Great. It's a very nice piece. Okay, so I checked the instructions, and this piece that I've been blanking on is a bullet shield for the turret, which I was starting to think that's what that was, but, you know, just double checking. And anyway, as you can see here, I have the entire motor pool of the classified line so far, aside for, of course, the regular colored version of the RAM, which I do have. It's just, it's not really going to fit in here. And it's interesting how much of this motor pool is dedicated just to the bad guys. I obviously, technically, Scrap Iron's thing is not a vehicle, but, you know, it can be if you use your imagination. And the Joes just have this one thing that's been recolored 2 times. And yes, they have the Dragonfly Haslab coming up next year for people. I did not back that one, so don't expect a video on that one. If you're expecting anything from me, which I doubt. But it is interesting that the Joes got one thing and Cobra got everything else. I'm gonna get Duke out of here. And we're going to wrap up this video with a conundrum. This Cobra Commander. Because I really did not want Cobra Commander with this Haslab. When there were rumors that he was going to be the final tier, I was kind of upset because I really like this Cobra Commander. At the same time, I do think out of all the characters from early Classified, he could use an update, because as good looking as he is, he has some flaws with his joints, and this one might fix all those things. But honestly, I was kind of thinking of keeping him mint and selling him, just to recoup, obviously not all, but some of the money. But now that I have him here in my hands, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to keep him or not. And if I'm keeping him, I'm opening him, because I hate doing mint on card for anything. This card is just so flimsy. Like, I thought this was going to be like those Marvel Legends cards, which I know those new retro cards we are getting are supposed to be like that. But parts of this bubble are also already peeling off. I've just noticed, and it's got dings in it. Do I open this Cobra Commander based on the first edition? Yep. Oop. Get that accessory tray out here. Look at it. It's mostly just hands and this snake globe thing that I believe is based off of artwork promoting the Atari game, I believe. Which is funny, because in that artwork he's actually wearing the hood. That we know why they don't want to use the hood anymore. So we really shouldn't be bothered about it. He's got his hairdryer gun and the charger for the hairdryer gun too, put on his back, which that is such a funny thing to me. Just, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say funny, that's probably not the correct term. It's just, it's a cool sci-fi idea. And G.I. Joe has a lot of cool sci-fi ideas, but none are ever like this again. Having this gun charger on the back. Let's get Coco out of here. Put this on him. Ooh, there he is. Looking very much Cobra Commander-like. And I'm sure we'll get a mass retail version of this soon. He'll be probably a brighter shade of blue. He'll have the correct Cobra logo instead of this weird original logo that the first Cobra Commander toys had for some reason. Heck, they might actually base it off of the hooded look and make him a dark blue. They obviously won't give him the hooded head. There'll still be this head, which, let's be honest, this is the better look for Cobra Commander anyway. I'm sorry, people who love the hood, but he's way cooler with this. And let's put him next to the original Classified. And here's just a final shot of the two commanders next to each other. A little bit too much light on them, admittedly. And the Haslab one's got his weapons and that snake accessory thing. You know, they both look pretty great. And just zooming out, oh, too far out, back in, seeing the H.I.S.S, admittedly kind of obscured by all those other vehicles, so we'll get them out of the way. Yeah. And just for laughs, since I was talking about how small the box was compared to Galactus, here's the Haslab Galactus, just to see the size comparison between the two. And yes, this is a bit silly. But all in all, I really liked. I really like this H.I.S.S, how it came out. It's pretty nice. I'm just gonna keep Shadow here for no reason, and he will not stand, just like how this Tactician will not stand. All in all, I think this H.I.S.S is a really nice package. I'm glad I got one. I still wish it didn't really come with that Cobra Commander, even though it's a very nice Cobra Commander. And yeah, it's really cool to see and have in my classified world. I am curious because they have said they're going to do a simpler, non-Haslab version of the H.I.S.S at one point for everybody to own. I am very curious how different that will be. Will it be smaller? It obviously will not come with all those add-ons or free extra figures. It might not even come with figures at all. Who knows? But this H.I.S.S is really cool, and I'm really glad I backed it. I don't know if I'll ever really be backing Haslabs again, just for money reasons, and I can't think of anything else they could do for G.I.Joe that I would want from a Haslab, as much as I really like classified. But I got this, and I'm very happy with it. See you guys.